Is I, Jonald Reagan, the uncommon voice for the common man, coming to you today live from Shadyside, Ohio, where I have come on the airwaves to celebrate Labor Day with my loyal viewers. Now, the reason I have decided to do this is I have decided that since there's 321 million people in the United States, 93 million of them which does not have jobs. That's right. So for all you people in Pagan City, West Virginia, that means that slightly less than 1/3 of the population of this country don't have jobs. So if you use a little bit of logic, that means that slightly less than 1/3 of the population that live in this country, the other 364 days a year are Labor Day. That's right. And so my idea, of course, is that maybe that one day a year, all of Obama and Hillary's damn welfare bums can go to work for one day and give us hardworking people that actually support their dad asses a day off. That means they have to go to work, and you know that's never going to happen in Obama's America. It's true. Now, before I do this, I want to give you a little history of the worthless town that I have the displeasure of working in, and that would be Blair, Ohio. Blair, Ohio is a ghetto. 65% of the people in Blair, Ohio exist on some sort of federal subsidies. Now, let me explain something to you about Blair, Ohio. It is a cesspool. You understand? It is a cesspool. All the buildings are run down, dilapidation everywhere, heroin addicts, prostitutes, just a horrible mess. If you want to have a microcosm of what's wrong with this country and what democratic socialist policies would do, all you got to do is go up there and look at Blair, Ohio, and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. It is a mess. And that's a damn shame, because there are nice people that live in Blair, but they have to live with all these welfare bums and the dirt and the filth and the rats and the horrible ass water and shit like that. You know, I work there. I don't even live in that dumpy ass town, but I got to pay taxes. Since I've worked in Blair, I've paid over $5,000 in taxes. Of course, I'll never see that money back. $5,000 in taxes. And you know what happens? That money they have to take from me and other hardworking people that have the displeasure of having to work in that dumbass town, because the people that actually live inside their corporation limits don't have jobs. So if they don't tax the working people that come from out of town to work in their goofy ass town, they wouldn't have any tax money at all. None. So I have to pay taxes for the privilege of working in that stupid village of Blair. Even there, I live 5 miles to the south of it. So what I thought I'd do is give you a little idea of just exactly how this thing works. Now, in Blair, there's all these housing projects. There's this one called Rose Hill Towers. Now, that used to be Section 8 housing, but they put old people there. Retirees. It was a nice place. They put little flowers out on their porches, and the old people lived there, and it was a nice community. Well, they had so many welfare bums in Blair, they didn't have any place else to put them, so they slid all the welfare bums into Rose Hill Towers, and within a matter of 3 years, they're all pissing in the elevators. There's shit piled up everywhere. It's just filled with a bunch of damn heroin addicts, and the thing is just totally going to hell, and now it is a eyesore, and it is ridiculous. And then there's all the other welfare projects. The reason I'm telling you this is I am so excited about having Labor Day here. I may very well bust in the song, but to give you an idea before I bust in the song, I got to tell you this. There's the Rose Hill Towers. Then there's what we call Bell Village. It's about there, out on the road to Nest out there, but it's just a big, sprawling, massive government federal housing project. And that's where they put all the welfare bums, including the heroin dealers who've been busted out there several times for dealing heroin in a welfare project. Imagine that. And you want to know why we need Trump. If that doesn't tell you why we need Donald Trump, I don't know what does. But with that being said, let me bust into song, because you know what? It's Labor Day, and since these people refuse to go to work, I think we should rename the holiday in honor of them and call it exactly what it is, and that's Laborless Day. That's right, Laborless Day, because nobody in that damn town works, so call it what it is, Laborless Day. So, with that being said, Well, we're moving on up to the hillside, to that deluxe housing project in the sky. Yeah, we're moving on up to Rose Hill Towers. Obama gave us a piece of the pie. Do-do, we get stoned in the morning, we get drunk in the afternoon. Do-do, we're just waiting on a welfare check to get our heroin swoon. Do-do, we like living in Bel Air, living the carefree way. Do-do, Hillary gets elected, we'll never work another day. And we're moving on up to the hillside, to that deluxe housing project in the sky. Yeah, we're moving on up to Rose Hill Towers. Obama gave us a piece of the pie. Oh, yeah. And then there's Bell Village is the place to be. Slum living is what's right for me. Jobs sitting out there so far and wide. Keep that job, just give me that welfare slide. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bel Air is where I'd rather stay. Do-do-do-do-do. I get allergic working that way. Do-do-do-do-do. I just adore this rat's ass view. Darling, I love you, but give me another brew. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bel Air. Do-do-do-do-do. Welfare. Do-do-do-do-do. No job. Do-do-do-do-do. Fat slobs. You are my wife. Do-do-do-do. Goodbye, working life. Do-do-do-do. Bell Village, we are. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. My Labelless Day tribute. Until next time, I say this to you now. Over and out.